Hello and welcome to a part 1 of my video for the 2011 Wave 1 G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra, Cobra Shock Trooper. We have the 25th anniversary mold of the Cobra enemy, or also infantry, as well as the Cobra Trooper. Now the Cobra Trooper has also been known as Blue Shirts, and this is actually from 2009, but when it came out in 2007, which was actually the 25th anniversary of G.I. Joe, it did have the correct black mask that it originally had in 1982, but for some reason we ended up with a red one on this re-release. But this mold was re-released many times before and also after this figure was released. Our next look at the Cobra Trooper comes which in April of 2009 would have been the most up-to-date animation that we had gotten for a G.I. Joe universe, but in 2011 we actually got G.I. Joe Renegades. In order to get the G.I. Joe Resolute Cobra Trooper as you've seen in the G.I. Joe Animation Resolute, you had to get this single pack, but if you go here you can see videos that my best friend Dave One of Three Knights did on the other versions of Cobra Troopers and the other Cobra enemies and even the good guys from the Resolute other packs that they had. But sticking with the Cobra Trooper, let's go ahead and show you a pack that I do have that allows another version of a Cobra Trooper. That pack is the G.I. Joe vs. Cobra G.I. Joe Resolute pack. Unlike the packs that we mentioned Dave One of Three Knights taking a look at, this pack is from 2009. Also, unlike those packs, this is only a 5-pack. It says it's from the new G.I. Joe animation, but I don't really get much of an animation feel from the figures within this box as I do from the 2 boxes that Dave took a look at. This is more of a way for you to get versions of figures that weren't really single carded, but also a way for you to get updated figures that look a little different than they were released carded. Inside we have, among the other figures that are in this box set, we will focus on the Cobra Trooper, this time in crimson or red. When I see this figure, it makes me think of the 2002 G.I. Joe Convention exclusive, the Crimson Strike Force. We've seen a lot of different versions of reds coming into Cobra. You could say they are Crimson Guards, but the box says that this is a Cobra Trooper. This time we just have it in red. Here we have the Cobra Trooper out of package, and then we have the Cobra Trooper in the artwork here, but unlike in the artwork where we have the Cobra symbol on top of his helmet, you will see that the figure actually does not get that. It's only the officer, both as in artwork and as a figure, that ends up with his symbol. What are your guys' takes on the different takes of the Cobra Trooper? Do you see them all in the same universe, or do you see them in separate alternate universes? I myself like to keep them in the separate alternate universes from which they come. Pursuit of Cobra, Resolute, and then the more classic universe. And this wouldn't be the first time that we've dealt with alternate universes when it comes to G.I. Joe. In G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero series cartoon, we had 2 episodes that dealt with alternate universes. Those episodes are Worlds Without End Part 1 and Worlds Without End Part 2. But what do you guys do? When you remove the gas mask from the Cobra Shock Trooper figure, you end up with a figure that looks closer to the character design that's on the card art. We group him with these different versions of the Cobra Trooper, although he's listed as an elite combat trooper, and the reason why is just like in my video for the Pursuit of Cobra Jungle Viper, we were talking about how John Warren didn't mean for that figure to be an update to another kind of Viper. But this time we find out that John Warren has worked for Hasbro for nearly, or probably by now, a decade, and he was the designer behind this figure as well. And this figure is an update to the Cobra Trooper. He saw Pursuit of Cobra as an update to Cobra as a whole, so why not give him an updated trooper to the basic infantry trooper? And I think he did great. I don't know if this is his department or not, but I think the only thing that's kind of lacking is that unfortunately you don't get much neck articulation. Here's a closer look at the packaging that the Cobra Shock Trooper Elite Combat Trooper comes in. I go back and forth with myself when I'm doing thought videos on whether or not I should keep doing thoughts when it comes to the packaging, but then there was a comment that was left for me that said, I didn't realize you guys paid as much attention to the packaging as you do the figure. And I think definitely, because the packaging is the thing that the company is hoping is going to catch your eye if you don't already know the figure or product is on the shelf. There's got to be at least one person, if not a team, that is designing the packaging. Whether it's for this figure or a perfume or anything else you're buying on the shelf, it's the packaging that the company is hoping will get your attention. Also, it's really great to see the differences between the packaging from one series of G.I. Joe to the next, and then sometimes with the classic line, they went back and went to the more classic look of the figures from the 1980s. So here we have the Cobra symbol up at the top. We have number 1103, Cobra Shock Trooper. I also think that's interesting because as far as I know, that's one of the very few times that, if not the only time, that we've ever seen number when it comes to a figure for G.I. Joe. I also thought it was interesting thanks to another person's video where they said the 11 could stand for the year, but last year of course it was 10, and then 3 is the figure number. So I thought that's one interesting part of the packaging. Then we have the G.I. Joe logo that's been updated from the Pursuit of Cobra as well as the Rise of Cobra and then previous lines. Then we have the Cobra Shock Trooper, so you know who he is, and then you have what type of trooper that he is. I'm still a little confused on what makes him an elite combat trooper. I would hope that everybody going into combat for you would be elite. So any information you guys want to share with that would really help. Then we have your new TV network, which at this time isn't really that new, but compared to other networks. And I'm really hoping that G.I. Joe Renegades, or after the movie, we get another cartoon, because right now Renegades is on hiatus. Then we have the Hasbro sticker that is not removable, but the hub one you can remove if you'd like. Then we have another Cobra symbol underneath the Cobra Shock Trooper title. And then we have all the different accessories and a different look to the Cobra Shock Trooper as a figure within the packaging compared to the outside of the packaging. As reference material for you, I put up a different card back as well as the Pursuit of Cobra card back. Focusing on the Pursuit of Cobra card back, we have number 1103, the Cobra Shock Trooper, and then a Cobra symbol. We have a description of what G.I. Joe is, although when Pursuit of Cobra was originally released, we did not receive any female figures, so maybe they'll revisit this idea and theme in the future. The description says, G.I. Joe is the codename for a special operations unit of highly trained men and women. Their purpose is to defend the world against Cobra, a ruthless organization with criminal tentacles in every nation on Earth. Then we have visit GIJoe.com, which I really should because I haven't done it in a long time. Then we have mission, the Pursuit of Cobra, City Strike, and the whole idea is that G.I. Joe is pursuing Cobra all around the world. Then we have G.I. Joe team uses their ninja training as they infiltrate a Cobra warehouse. Then, as you can see with the card back, we have more of a diorama this time, and this is actually the first time that we've ever had a diorama before. So it'll be interesting to see when the movie line comes out, if they go more with a traditional look, or are they going to go more with a diorama look when they come out with the figures. Then we'll take a closer look at the ID or clearance badge that the Cobra Shock Trooper has. For the Shock Trooper's ID clearance badge, we have number 1103, Cobra Shock Trooper. Cobra Shock Troopers are an elite tactical assault unit in Cobra. They prepare for every situation with gear to subdue the enemy and breach buildings and barricades. Sandbat, shock and neutralize electroshock batons, high-impact ballistic body shields, sledgehammers, and gas masks. Mission equipment, LNWS Laser Neutralization Weapon System. Something I also found interesting about the Shock Troopers ID clearance badge is that it says 2228-SH, which I'm assuming stands for shock. But yet, if we look at somebody like Cobra Commander, or even the Cobra Fury driver, the Cobra Alley Viper officer, you have CC. So it's both the beginning of their title and the end of their title. Yet the Shock Trooper didn't end up with that. The Shock Trooper is another figure that was updated in Pursuit of Cobra with updated articulation. I went more in depth on the articulation in my Pursuit of Cobra Jungle Viper video. This allows the shock trooper to hold his accessories and weapons in much like the poses you see here. Speaking of weapons, I hope you'll join me for part 2 when we'll go more in depth on my thoughts and connections when it comes to the weapons and even more connections. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you over there. Bye.